Welcome back to Misscliks D&D Seaborn, everybody. So, the next morning, everybody gains 2 hit points because you've got a trained healer and an herbalist here that are working in conjunction with one another. Trellis, you're going to have to go find more herbs today, otherwise the healer is going to be out of them.
You said how many hit points? Sorry.
2.
What year is it in the game?
1509.
Why does that matter?
Wow. Well, I've been reading this book some more, and as it turns out, 15 centuries ago was when this ancient treasure was active in this island.
I am intrigued by this idea, and if there is such a ship, I would like it for our own.
Sounds good. However, of course, as befitting any ancient treasure, it seems like there is a very powerful guardian guarding it. And there's also some words here and there about human sacrifice in this. I certainly hope that Albert isn't going to be one of those. But it's okay. He's not human, so that should be fine.
Do you have any reason to believe that Albert may be anywhere near this treasure?
No, I don't, but it certainly is a pretty big landmark on this island. Oh, and one more thing. It appears that these lizard men put out traps, so watch out for those.
If it's early enough, I go ahead and spend the morning gathering herbs for the healer.
Is there anything else you would like to do today that you need to do, that you need to gather the herbs before you do?
I check to see if the other ship, the crewmen have returned.
Yes, they returned last night.
Okay. Then I go ahead and make sure they're all working or starting early. Make sure everybody is well fed because they caught fish, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I just check on everybody's well-being, being that I am the captain now. So I just want to kind of like, I'm not mean at all to anybody. I'm just firm, but I kind of show a little bit of a soft side just to make sure that the morale is up between all the crewmen.
So
Sure.
while I was unconscious, did you 3 manage to find some clue as to where Albert went?
No. Except for the path that led inland that I told you about. And then didn't you say that Rufus told us something last episode about just having seen Dark Albert in the...
Yeah, pointed-eared person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. So, Bruno, we have heard that Dark Albert may have been present in the lizard men's village, although he was not there when we arrived. This is why it's very important to talk to the lizard men.
Or we could just go off of this old bard's hunch that the lizard men are planning to sacrifice Albert at the pyramid.
Does the book say that the lizard men are the ones who perform the sacrifices?
No, it doesn't. But maybe after 15 centuries, the lizard men finally figured out how to do it.
I suppose that you would know about such things.
It's as good a lead as any, given that we have no idea where Albert is.
Did we see a path leading away from the village when we were there?
No, because the village was surrounded by swamp water all over. There were tracks of all kinds, but no distinct path in any direction.
Well, until you learn in a week how to speak to the lizard man, perhaps we should search for this pyramid of yours.
Sounds good.
This is like a morning, right, Neil?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should set off now.
According to this book, it's most dangerous to travel during the morning and during the evening. Perhaps that's when the lizardmen are active.
So the safe time would be midday?
Yes. So let's relax here for a bit.
All right. I find a shady spot beneath a tree and sit down and kind of start eating grass, and then I see Rufus and I just kind of not like a little pridefully, but beckon and say, "You can come sit with me if you want."
I'll come over and sit with you, but I casually take out my daggers and start sharpening them.
I nod respectfully and kind of take out a spear or something and start cleaning that too, and just being in companionable silence, and maybe even kind of leaning or scooting over toward Rufus. I'm trying to be buddies.
I don't want to get crushed.
I kind of sit nearby, and I'm just buried into this book, studying this very important spell.
Okay.
And then we just wait till noonish, I guess.
Sure. You wait a little while, and then can I get an herbalism check from Trellis?
Yes. That one was the D10.
No, it's a D20 plus
10.
10. Okay.
Right. Yeah, because my check is 10.
Yep.
Okay.
18 is not good enough. As you search, you spend a few hours today looking about for the proper herbs, and the section right near the ship, the safest area to explore, seems to be devoid of the plants you need. Perhaps you gathered them all the last time you came through here.
Can I go out and look at other places or no?
Sure.
Okay.
You've already spent a fair amount of time doing that today, so I can give you another check today, and that'll basically be your whole day spent looking for herbs.
Okay.
Are we going to do that while traveling over to that middle? If you look at this map here, since we've gotten a good look on the island, I suspect that brown hill in the middle of that swamp is where we want to go.
I think giving another day of rest and making sure they have the proper stuff they need before we leave would be the smart idea.
Okay.
So I go ahead
I'll have mastered this powerful magic as well.
I go ahead and spend the rest of my day looking for more herbs because I know it's really important for the healers to have them before we set off in our direction.
Give me another healing check, or herbalism check, please.
To make sure to not step in the swamp and have those two accompany you.
All right. It is a day wasted. You explore that section of the jungle, forest, right near the ship. You come across far enough to see the small rivers. They're not really rivers. They're more like large creeks. But you explore this whole pocket of area right here, looking for the proper herbs, or any sort of healing herbs whatsoever, but find none.
Okay.
That day passes, and everybody gains 1 HP that night.
Since I have healing stuff on my leg, do I heal any faster or no?
That was used for yesterday.
Okay, it's not good for another day.
Mm-mm.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, cool. Sweet. So the next day rolls about. I think this is day 4 on the island, maybe day 5. Days are all stringing together. What is the plan?
It certainly would be a shame if we got to Albert by the time he was already sacrificed.
My plan is to leave as soon as all of you are ready. Insistent cat. Are you ready to leave now?
It seems like our captain is the one who will have to say about that.
We can leave. I think we should take someone with us in case we find anything and need to send it back to the camp.
All right.
So I looked to the crewmen. I asked, how is everything coming along? Honestly.
Okay, not great.
What's not great? Why?
Well, we can't repair the mast. There's
Why?
no way. We don't have the tools or the know-how. The mast, he points to it, it's clearly like broken off, pretty low down on the ship.
So it's no good. So
Yeah.
basically, there's no reason for you guys to be sitting around repairing this ship.
Well, not really. Like if we make some oars, since we don't have any now, but if we get some, good oars, we could possibly paddle the boat. He starts counting 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of us if you include the short one. 14 if we can rescue your friend, and if there's any other prisoners there, that's a few extras.
Okay.
It'd be slow going to row the ship, but
I stand up interrupting the entire conversation and kind of grandstand. There's no need to worry there's no need to repair this boat. For in the middle of this swamp lies a ship more legendary than you can imagine. Let's all go and brave the pyramid and obtain the ship.
Question?
Yes.
How do you get a ship out of a pyramid?
Oh, it's simple. I believe it flies.
But, how do you get it through the door, even if it flies?
There's some magical contraptions at work. I believe the pyramid opens up so that you can just fly the ship out. Otherwise, it wouldn't be very practical now, would it?
I've never heard of a flying ship before.
Well, it is quite the find. How fortunate we are that we are on an island with a flying ship on it.
I suppose that is true.
A flying... Like the sort of flying ship that the wizards use, then?
Regardless, it doesn't matter. The ship can't be repaired. You're coming with us. We'll find you.
kind of think about, wait, there are flying ships in this one? Do I know about this?
This is the first you're hearing of it.
Trellis, have you heard of these flying ships?
No, I have not.
Tell us about these flying ships, my good man.
He settles in to tell a story. All right. So there we are. This is a few months ago, back when, he makes a gesture towards where you guys buried the captain's body. That guy was in charge. And we had this wizard from Gate Isle on our ship. I think his name was Barthis or something. Anyway, one of the guys overheard him talking to somebody else while he was in his private quarters. And there was no one else on the ship. I mean, there was just us crew, the captain, and the one passenger. We knew that there was no one in his quarters. I mean, there's none of us there. Our captain wasn't there. He was talking to someone. Definitely, we could hear him. Guy who was overheard him isn't here anymore. He got lost in the storm. Or in the, when we all washed up here. Anyway, we overheard him saying something, or, our friend overheard him saying something about wishes and bodies and, weird things like that. Just all sorts of magical gibberish. And then at the very end of it, he started talking about this magical flying ship that hovers up in the sky beyond the sight of man, where all the wizards get together. And he was talking about some sort of council meeting up there and flying up to see the ship in the sky. All sorts of weird magical stuff going on. Those wizard folks. He gives a nod, and everyone else goes, yeah, I remember when he saw that.
So that one crew member or that one person that Barthis was, this was a while, never mind, I don't even say that. Yeah, so just imagine what we could do with a ship like that.
Damn, wizard's gonna, something about using a spell to switch bodies with people. That's why the old Captain Ty, the late Captain Ty, was going to go talk to the Baron, because he thought that Barthis was going to switch places with him. He looks around in that sort of, aren't you guys excited by this information? Why aren't you guys more interested in what I'm saying? Sort of look on his face. And then
I have heard this
slumps
theory
back
before.
down. Oh.
It occurs to me, or to Maribel, or whoever, to ask what happened to Saffron.
Who's Saffron?
She was a girl and a wizard's apprentice, in fact. She was traveling with us, I believe. Bruno, do you remember where she went?
Oh, yes. She's most likely with our companion,
With
Albert.
Dark Albert? Well, then we have 2 people to save, and I, for one, do not know why we continue to wait.
Wait, you had a wizard with you?
A wizard's apprentice.
Oh. So then that staff probably isn't hers. Okay.
What staff?
No, we dug up a staff. It was half buried in the sand. Looked kind of weird. Had some strange writings on it.
Did Dark Albert have a staff?
Nope.
Okay. Ah, yes, that is mine.
Yours?
Yes, please return it to me.
Oh. He looks a little disgruntled, picks himself up, heads back into the ruined ship, and brings back this staff. Brings back Saffron's staff. And sets it before you.
I was mistaken. This is not my staff. It is Saffron's staff. Mine must still be missing, but I will take this to her.
What happened to your staff? And I look over at Maribel.
I don't know. That is why it is missing.
How long has it been missing for?
Since it went missing.
I let it go because I know how Maribel is. And I are the rest of the men in our party woken up now?
Yeah, everyone's awake.
So everybody's awake.
Not everyone is at full HP, but everyone is, rested well enough.
All right. Well, it looks like we're all going to travel together, I think, in 2 groups. You guys can lead a little behind. That way, in case we're ambushed, you have a little bit of element of surprise. And I think we're all going to make our way to this pyramid. Because the ship is no good as it is right now, so there's no reason for anyone to sit here with it anymore.
Bruno, what kind of information do you have about where this pyramid might be?
Oh, it's simple. The pyramid is actually that hill right in the middle of the swamp. It just looks like a hill, but it is actually the pyramid.
How very convenient. Let us go there. And I start walking toward the forest.
I'll go running after. Blindly following.
I walk along and catch up to Maribel.
Okay. The whole party sets out for the pyramid, this, what Bruno was calling this big hill in the middle of the swamp. So that is about 1 mile and almost 2 miles from where you are.
And make sure that we don't enter the swamp during a time which would be considered morning. We should enter only in the afternoon.
I also instruct everyone to wrap their legs tightly with leaves and show them how we were doing it.
Okay. You guys set out into the swamp. Let's see how it goes. The sound of the tides disappear as the strange swamp sounds pick up. Weird birds and all manner of insects that you've never heard of and don't really want to see. The afternoon, or the late morning, when it's clearly no longer morning, goes fairly quickly. You trudge through the first half mile of swamp with ease.
Imagine the swamp must have good visibility since it's quite flat, right?
Yeah, well, there's the occasional branches and bushes that block your line of sight, but it's pretty easy to see the hill. It's it's a large thing, hard to miss where you're going. Okay, and I need 2d10. Oh, poor bastard. One of your men gets a giant leech stuck on him.
Oh, no.
And he doesn't notice until he's already been pulled a little bit out of the water. Let me rephrase. One of your men starts kind of wavering while he's walking, going, I feel really faint. And he reaches down to scratch the back of his leg and starts screaming and yelling that he's got something stuck to him.
Did he wrap his legs with leaves like I told him to?
He did.
Well, that's not working as well as I hoped. How close is he to getting out of the water?
Not very close at all, but he's starting to scream and panic, and he's got one of these belaying pins, it's like a club-like thing that you use to stick in a ship to tie things to. But he starts like bashing at the water, trying to bash the thing that's on his leg, that's under the water, to get this thing off of him.
I try to like lift him up out of the water and motion or tell one of our daggered friends, like Rufus or Trellis, to kill the leech.
Okay. You pluck him out without too much issue, and
I take my dagger and I go stab at it.
give me a damage roll. A roll to hit. If you don't mind accidentally hitting him if you miss, you can make me a roll at +4. If you want to make sure not to hit him, you can make me a roll at -2.
So I would do a D2.
D20 plus or minus, whatever.
-2. Okay. I'll just make sure.
All right. So you guys, neither of you can quite hit the leech. Also include you normally have a bonus to hit.
Yeah, sorry.
So that would be, what's your bonus to hit normally?
A +3.
All right, so that would be an 11, which is actually a hit. So give me a damage roll there.
Okay. Roll D4. Now, if I'm going with one of my daggers, could I technically be using both of them?
Yes, you can. But that gives you penalties to attack for dual wielding.
Okay.
Which is not.
We'll just leave it as is.
Yeah. Okay, you stab at it with your dagger. The guy keeps screaming and yelling that it's eating him. It's eating him. Oh my god, it's eating me. And he takes another point of damage.
What do I roll for me to stab at him? With
Give
my
me
daggers?
a D20 +2 -2. So D20 0.
I kind of yell at him while
+2.
he's doing that, and I just tell him like, "Hey, calm down. You're going to make it more upset, and it's going to suck more blood from you if you keep yelling."
My man, stand still and we'll be.
The adjustments manually. My head. V, you go first.
Okay.
Make me another attack roll.
I hit him with the dagger. I try to slice at it with the dagger again.
Go for it.
I just rolled damage this time, right?
No, give me a roll.
Wait, did I miss something? D10 +2. Whoops.
This should have been an initiative roll, but that's fine. I can do the adjustments manually. My head. V, you go first.
Okay.
Make me another attack roll.
I hit him with the dagger. I try to slice at it with the dagger again.
Go for it.
I just rolled damage this time, right?
No, give me a roll to hit, please. A
Okay.
D20, either +1 if you want to make sure not to hit him, or a +7 if you don't mind hitting him accidentally. If you miss, you know. There you go. You stab the damn thingy. Give me another damage roll.
Okay, 3.
3. The leech is not faring so well, but it drains another point of his blood. And then Bruno goes.
I get in there too and stab at it with my dagger.
Hit! And roll me the damage. Ugh. The damn leech is still barely alive. Rufus, it's your turn, but really only 2 people can make it to the leg and really be working on it at a
Okay.
time. There's just,
Well, I mean,
it's a small area.
I got tiny little hands and little pricks.
You do, and he is being lifted up. You're half the size of everyone else. Yeah, you can fit in there. That's fair.
Okay.
Give me another.
What am I rolling?
It's a D20, a flat D20, if you want to make sure not to hit him, or if you don't mind accidentally hitting him, whatever. Mistakes
I don't want
happen.
that blood on my hands.
Okay. Initiative roll again. D10 +2 for each of you. Maribel, you're just holding him up.
Yup.
Yep. The other men are quickly moving through the swamp as fast as possible to avoid any leeches getting stuck to them. Can I get a D10 plus 2 from all three of you stabbies? A 10, an 11, and a... Ooh, a 3, an 11, and a...
Roll D20 plus...
D10 plus 2 for initiative. 7. And Rufus, you go first. You go before the leech does. Get him before. It's too
All right, what do
late.
I roll this time? Or
Same thing. Yeah.
D-
D20.
D20?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, too shy. V, Trellis. Your crewman is not looking so good.
Roll D10 plus 1.
No. Bruno. Actually, he takes damage now.
Oh,
Oh, God.
God, we're letting him die.
It must have been the leech draining him because now he's not unconscious, but he's very faint. His head's just like listing to one side. His entire body's just kind of pale. Roll me initiative again. The other men are quickly pushing through the swamp.
I kind of like shake him a little bit just to see if the leech will fall off.
His head kind of bops around from side to side. 9. The initiative D.
Wait.
Give me a D10 plus 2 for initiative.
All right.
9, 9, and 12. Leech goes first and drains a point of him. He falls unconscious. Rufus and Bruno, give me your attacks. Trying to cut this leech off. It's got a pretty thick hide, so as you try and scrape your dagger against it, most of the time the dagger just like slides off. 10 is not enough. 11's your number. Rufus, you hit him, and Leech had 1 HP left. You cut it off of him, and it drops to the ground, splashing in the water. The other crewmen have made it safely to shore, about halfway to the supposed pyramid. As the party continues. Maribel, this guy's unconscious in your arms right now. What do you want to do with him?
I look around and say, does anyone else want to carry this one? And then when no one responds, I just sigh and kind of heft him over my shoulder and walk along.
It's slow going carrying this guy over your shoulder, but eventually you make it to this next piece of land. You're all about... Where's the map? There's a map. You're all about right here, halfway to the hill, resting on shore. Now you've got this guy, and you're all standing in dry land, and everyone's looking at you, Maribel. With what do we do? We've got an unconscious person with us.
Captain, can you
Let him
revive
die.
him with your herbalism?
I have no herbs on me right now, so I'm not sure that I'll be able to. But can I look around for some herbs for the healer? Because we're out of them, right?
You're out of them. That would be a pretty big task to search the area.
What if we all look for the herbs?
I think most of you don't know what you're looking for, and without a clear sample in hand of what to find, she could describe a plant, but it would be unlikely for the rest of you to... I mean, it'll give her a bonus to her roll, but it's not that effective. And it'll still take time. What do you guys want to do?
seems like we should... We'll have to decide whether or not to carry him to this dangerous area or whether or not we should call off this expedition for now.
Let us make a sled and drag him instead of carry him.
Some people set about breaking branches off of nearby trees to fashion a makeshift sled. Someone has rope on them, right?
Yep.
Yep. Cool. And by the way, what did you do with the lizard man? Did you leave him buried up to his neck in sand down by the beach?
Guess so.
All right.
Yes.
He doesn't starve.
Or drown. during high tide.
Whoops.
Well, technically, I did tell a specific crew member that they were in charge of making sure he didn't die. So technically, that crew member should have told us when we left that, he needed to take care of the lizard man.
The crew member in question mentioned nothing and is currently standing right beside you.
If
But-
he is dead when we get back, this crew member will be in trouble.
This crew member has to drag the unconscious guy.
Ah. All right. You guys push through the swamp water once more. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. You make it to the hill. And just as Bruno said, you find a door at the base of the hill on the south side of it. Now,
In excitement, I clap Bruno.
Now, nobody get too excited here. This place must be heavily trapped, so we must be careful.
So this pyramid, as Bruno has been calling it, is really just a big mound of hill with a stone archway. That's not really an arch. It's like a flat beam on top and two beams coming down the sides with a single door in the middle of it. And other than that, the pyramid, the hill, kind of comes to a flat area. It's got maybe 20 feet of flat ground on any given side of it before it disappears into the swamp. And the door in front of the pyramid is shut.
I go try to open it.
It opens with a hefty creak.
I say, the door is unlocked.
It is pitch black inside.
Does anyone have a light-making device?
Well, yes, I always carry this very handy flint with me.
A flint makes a very small light.
Right, one of you has the torch, right? I've run out.
Let me see.
Come to think of it, we always relied on Algrind on this light, didn't we?
We did. I don't have any torches. Any sailors, do you have light-making devices?
They all shake their heads.
Can I put pitch on a stick?
Yeah, that would probably work.
I do that, for 5 or 6 of these and hand them to people.
You're going to have to go find a new source of pitch, but that will work. Shouldn't be too hard. There seems to be a lot of it about. Let's see. Yes, actually, there's a maybe like a tenth of a mile away. There's another one of these tar pits. People have scattered about looking for it. Does anyone get attacked by a leech, though? No, everyone comes back leech free. How many sticks dipped in pitch do you create?
7.
Okay. You have 8 conscious sailors with you, plus the 4 of you. So there's 12 people, 7 torches, 7 makeshift torches.
I prefer not to carry one to keep my hands free for battle.
Let's see.
I preferred to also not carry one because I want to stay in the shadows.
I nod approvingly at this.
I will gladly carry one.
I take one as well.
No, Captain, we are too in need of your fighting prowess. One of the sailors hold one instead.
Okay. I don't carry one then. And I say, you're right. I definitely am a woman of action. And I just kind of smirk at Bruno.
And I will gladly light your path any day.
Okay. So, give me the plan. Is everyone lighting all their torches? Are you keeping some in reserve? How many
We should
torches
light
are being
2.
handed out? 2?
We'll give the sailor that has one. I'll carry another one, and then the extra 3 we'll give one each to these 3 party members.
Okay. So we've got 7 torches, 2 lit at a time. And what is everybody going inside? Are you leaving some people outside? What are you doing with the unconscious person?
Kind of depends. How big is this entrance? I guess I'll.
5 feet wide.
Oh,
I don't think we should take the unconscious person in there. Maybe have somebody wait out with them, although it's probably not safe for them to be out by themselves either.
I think we should hide the unconscious man and pray for his soul.
Agreed. Unfortunately, there are risks you have to take in this.
I look for like a hollow log or like a place between two boulders or something like that.
There's a bush growing on the side of the hill. You could put him in.
I guess that doesn't sound as good as a hollow log or a place between two boulders, but if that's all it is.
That's all you got.
Okay, I do my best to hide him.
Okay, give me a perception check while you are up there. As you're setting him in these bushes, you notice that there is another leech attached to his foot.
I take it off.
Yeah, eventually you get it off, but by the time you do, you realize that he's been bled dry. In the time that he was just sitting on the land next to you guys, the leech had sucked him dead.
Then I
Yeah.
cross myself or do whatever minotaurs do and
Okay.
walk away.
Duly noted.
this.
Also, I check his body before I leave.
It is there.
Need pocket change?
Oh, I mean, I
Oh! You rifle through the dead man's pockets looking for any bits of valuable you can steal from the corpse.
Yes.
Oh, okay. He's got sand in his pockets. I'm sorry. There's nothing.
Loser.
Such a
I kind
loser.
of walk up to Maribel as she's performing her rites, and I whisper to her, "A dead body might be useful at a later time with this pyramid."
Well, good thing I have hidden this one here. And then I leave it in the bushes and go back to the entrance of the cave.
All right. Yeah, are you guys fully ready to delve into this dungeon?
Yes.
Let's do it.
What is my
Unless
HP at anyway? I'm not even sure.
I don't think you've taken any damage.
Did I
Yeah,
take any from when I got poked?
Yeah, you took 5, and then you recovered 2, 2, and 1. So you should actually be at full.
Yeah, 15.
Are we kind of halfway through the day by now, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like 1. A
Mhm.
little afternoon. Just a little.
Okay, I'm gonna say we rest overnight. Let's eat. I'm gonna search for some herbs, gather whatever supplies we think we'll need, and then we can go in first thing in the morning.
Well, not in the morning. Should we not go in the morning?
No, we have
Yeah.
just gotten here. Why would we not go in? We set off as early as we could.
We have no herbs. We have, if somebody gets injured, we have nothing to heal them. Are you going to heal them?
I'm afraid I'm a little bit out of practice on that.
Exactly. Do you have all the necessary supplies we need? You've read through the entire journal?
Yes, there's certainly some danger to be had in here. But nothing that a full group of us couldn't take, I'm sure.
Okay, hopefully there's something to heal us inside.
All right. So you guys enter, but that is going to be a full episode's worth of adventuring. So we will do the pyramid next week.
Exciting. Maybe we'll finally have our ship.
We will see. So
Oh,
that's
I
it.
guess, before we go right into that, are there any? Would there be any tracks normally within, say, 3 days? That should be around here.
Tracks.
Yeah, I'm looking for like people that would be dragged here, perhaps.
Trellis, you are the resident tracker. Can you give me a tracking proficiency check?
Sure. I don't see that on my
Then
character sheet.
I will find it for
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
It should be a D20 plus your perception score.
Okay. 26.
Nice. So you can say with 100% certainty, no single creature has come through here within the last 3.5 days, 2.5 days, and no groups of creatures have come here within like a week.
Hmm.
Well, good job, Trellis. It appears that our companion Albert has not been sacrificed into this building.
Do you want to find him before we go in?
Would make sense. He is a very competent, almost as good as I am, spellcaster.
Just because we don't see tracks around this entrance doesn't mean Albert couldn't have been brought in.
Isn't this the only entrance?
Do you know the answer?
No, but we can make a circle around the building.
We should.
You guys search and find only one apparent entrance.
And 100% certainty that no one has come in or out in the last few weeks.
Last few days.
Days.
Yes.
When did you lose track of your friend? It's been more than a few days, hasn't it?
It's been like a week.
Been 5 days, but he would be with a rather large group, right? Since it would take a lot of lizard men to bring Albert down.
Very true. So that means your friend is most likely not here. And so I'll leave that call to you because he's your close friend. Do you want to go search for him? Spend a day searching for him before we enter this temple, this pyramid.
Would make sense.
As I say this.
I am comfortable spending 1 day. However, we have spent much time in inaction, and I'm anxious to do something more. So we can spend a day, yes.
All right.
Another herbalism check then?
Yes, I will do another herbalism check.
Should be a d20 plus 10, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, 1 shy. No. You give a good search around here and find no extra herbs.
Okay.
All right, and I think we will do the pyramid next week on Misscliks D&D Seaborn.
Sounds good.
Yay!
Possible that we'll instead search for Albert. Maybe.
Never know.
Could be either.
You wouldn't lead people on that you're about to go into a big dungeon and then change course of action next week, would you?
Well, that's why I stopped you before. Do you want? Should we
Maybe.
talk about this now?
You know what we could do is we could leave something of interest to Albert to let him know we've entered the temple if he somehow breaks his way away from any lizard men and finds his way back here. If we don't go looking for him.
Sure. I'll just write a note for Albert here and leave it at this entrance.
Yo, Albert, we went in. Join us if you like.
All right. Shoutouts then.
Yeah, Herona, where can people watch your stream?
Corona. Just twitch.tv/Herona.
And are you doing anything in the coming week that people should particularly watch or look out for?
I'm actually kind of trying to start drawing my subs. Is like the big thing that's going on. It's going to be a huge task to kind of get up to the point of all my past subs and then anybody else who wants to come along, but they're just going to be little characters or a quick request. And I'm actually currently in the middle of role-playing on a DayZ server. It's called the Red Zone. And
Cool.
I play a husband and wife duo with another streamer. His name is Classy Pax. And we are vacationing 80-year-old somethings in Charnaris, a post-apocalypse Charnaris, where we're convinced that all the people that are infected are zombies, that they're just high on the pot. it's nonsense, and we just like make jabs at each other and our failed marriage, and we just annoy the piss out of all of the hardcore like role players and like really test like their characters and things like that. So I'm actually drawing our characters right now as a part of my like creative stream in between playing games. So that's what's going on for me. It's fun.
That is awesome.
That reminds me of that movie, The Book of Eli, where it's like that really old couple in that house that just kind of eat people.
Yeah, we pulled from, there's like the originally we got it from the characters in The Princess Bride, Magic Max.
Oh, yeah.
Where they go and they get the thing, and then they're kind of like this Jewish old couple that like argue over love or whatever, and then in the end they like help. That's kind of our shtick. Like we say a bunch of like nonsense, like 2 pennies in the wind is a chicken in the pot. Like none of it makes any sense, but we like give people a lot of like these analogies or things like that to live by, but we just like make shit up, and they're like, yeah, okay. Like last night we ran across someone, and they handcuffed me and my husband and then flashbanged us and ran away because they didn't know how to get rid of us, because we're just nonsense. So anyway,
That's really
a lot
good.
of fun.
Interesting.
What about you, V? Anything
I am in the middle of moving, so unfortunately my schedule this next week is very, very sporadic. But you can catch me at twitch.tv/vparlafoi, VIEPARLAFOI, and all of my social medias are vparlafoi. So yeah, nothing crazy for me this week, but next week, yes, good stuff. Back
What about you, Trump?
I mean.
Well, and just actually just came back from the Archon Skamaz Cup, which was fun. And in just 2 days, I'm heading out to Southern California to the esports arena to play a sealed Hearthstone tournament. That'll be fun. And of course, looming ahead in a week and a half is PAX East. Who's going? I
I
am.
can't believe that's in a week and a half.
Too soon.
I was like, I'm so far ahead with planning PAX East. I'm going to be right on top of it, because I plan a lot of stuff for Twitch. And then someone was like, yeah, next, we have Twitch Weekly on Friday, and then the next one will be at PAX East. And I was like, But yeah, are we all going to be there?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
I wish. Maybe next year.
What are you up to this coming week, Neil?
I've got Dicing with Death tomorrow at noon. That's 15 hours from right now. So that's going to be super fun. Georg, the Lich Guard, has been doing all manner of nasty deeds. He started out as this really nice, fun-loving kind of prankster wizard, and it's a one-on-one D&D campaign if you're not following along with it. And I've slowly managed to give him just the right amount of power and deprive him of his ways to replenish it without doing evil deeds, that he's gone from this lovable 17-year-old prankster just off the boat to this dark, semi-demonic person who is murdering people in their sleeps to steal their souls to power his magical items.
Wow.
So that starts up again tomorrow at noon, which has been great. And that's kind of my highlight for the weekend.
Nice. I have Eye on the Storm, which is our Heroes of the Storm talk show on this channel on Thursday at 7:15, and we're going to have Shot and Michael Udall, who are 2 members of Arizona State's team that just won Heroes of the Dorm, and they're both like awesome personalities, and they're going to come talk about the Heroes of the Dorm experience. So check out this channel on that day if you want to watch that. I'm really excited about it. And then of course Twitch Weekly on Friday, and hopefully getting back to finally having some time of my own to stream on my own channel, but no promises. And then don't forget to follow Misscliks, this channel, and follow them on Twitter as well. We'll keep you updated on what shows are happening that week. There's usually a show every day of the week except for Sunday. We've had a couple cancellations because travel schedules are really crazy right now, but we do have a show tomorrow, and our schedule is below. So check all of that out, and we'll see you here for more Misscliks D&D next Tuesday at the same time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.